Can you believe it? 100th episode. Wow. It's been exactly 3 years since I started this podcast, and I never ever thought it would be as successful as it has been. Yeah, I'm not in the millions of downloads, but that's not my aim. My aim is to get out to you guys in the network marketing industry, make an impact on your businesses, make your life a little bit easier. And that's what it's been doing as this podcast over these past 3 years. I started this on an impulse the first week in December, and yeah, now we're on our 100th episode. Wow. So if this is the first episode you're listening to, you've got some catching up to do, guys. Yeah, it's just amazing. And I just want to say thank you for all your support over all this time. Yeah, I've not been regular every week, but do you know what? It's nice to be able to show you guys that you can be consistent in your own way and you can still make things work and still make things a success. So I hope you enjoy my 100th episode. Please, if you're not already following me, click that subscribe button. Go and watch some of the other earlier episodes. See how much it's changed since day one. Gosh, I think my confidence has grown a little bit since that first episode. And yeah, enjoy. And thank you very much for supporting me and my direct selling success business. Hi everyone, welcome. Today I wanted to talk to you about the 6 keys to a business that flows with growth and that doesn't feel stressful all the time and gives you your time back. I know from experience, 21 years in business now, 21 years, good grief, 21 years in business in the network marketing industry, that I've had times in my business where everything has felt really difficult. Everything has been a struggle. Sales haven't come easily. Recruits haven't come easily. Team building's just been disastrous. We've all been there at some point. And as much as social media makes it look like the people at the top are just flying and, oh, it's so easy for them to hit all these promotions. It's not. I don't know one leader, one regional manager, one top of the company person. And social media and what people put out there only shows, more often than not, the majority of the good stuff. Or it will show the bad stuff at the end when everything's okay again. And do you know what? That's what marketing's all about, and that's okay. But sometimes we just have to hear it real. Business isn't easy. Whatever business you're in, it's not always going to be easy. It's not always going to be straightforward, get to the top of the company with no hassles, get to that next leadership position with no hassles. It's not. Come on, we have to be real about this. Okay. So I've put together 6 key things that will help you run a business that flows with the ups and downs, that helps you keep growing, and that doesn't involve you spending an absolute ton of your time or wasting time or not knowing what to do with your time. This plan I'm going to share with you, these key things are going to help you. I've only got 15-20 minutes, so I'm not going to be able to give you the entire strategy behind this, but you're going to be able to go away with this and sit down and think, right, how can I do this for my business? How am I going to fit this into my business? Bearing in mind that even though you're all in network marketing watching this now, might be some of you that are not, that's okay too. Any business, everybody's business is different. It doesn't matter whether you're selling exactly the same thing, whether you think that you're in exactly the same place as somebody else, whether you're on the same path as somebody else. You and how you do this will be different from the person that came in on the same day at the same time as you, with the same abilities. Everyone is different. Okay. So the first key thing, know your path. Know why you are doing what you're doing. What is your aim with this? Where are you heading? What is it that you want? What is that goal? If you have a big overarching goal, what is that? If you have little goals, what are they? What is the vision for what you want your life to look like whilst growing this business? And once you've grown it to where it wants to be, what does it look like? If you know that inside and out, it will massively help you know what you need to do to get there. And I know that this can be difficult for some people. And I get that things change and paths change and visions change and ideas change. But if you've got that idea to start with, or if you can start to develop this idea from where you are now, you can then plan everything you do towards that goal. You can have more clarity on what it is you need to do to hit it. For example, if you know that by March 2026, you want to have hit a certain level in your leadership compensation plan, then you can go, right, that's my goal. Why do I want it? Because I want to be on stage at the next big conference, for example, because I want to achieve this trip and doing that will give me the points for the trip. Because I want that feeling of success and I want to know that I can do this. Whatever it is, whatever the reason is, really delve into it and know why you want it. And then, key 2, plan how you're going to do it. People fail because they don't have a plan. Or they have a plan but then don't stick to it. Or the plan isn't enough to get them to the thing. Or there's no contingencies, or they don't, they don't plan enough, or they put the plan in place but don't know how to work towards the plan. There's so many issues when it comes to planning, and I've seen it so many times. Solid plan to a solid goal. The goal has to be strong enough for you to be able to make a plan to, and for you to want to stick to the plan. So important. And the plan doesn't have to be incredibly detailed. It just has to be enough for you to be able to follow it, to work with your brain and how your brain works, and to go, right, these are the steps I need to take to get to here. And if I take these steps to get to that first step, then I'm going to be able to take the steps to the next step and the steps to the next step, and so on. Make the plan actionable. Okay. The third thing, prevent the overwhelm. We get stuck because we get overwhelmed. We get overwhelmed with life, with the plan that we've put in place, because it's just not achievable. It's not smart. I mean, smart goals. We all know what smart goals are, specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, time framed. We make these plans and we go, yeah, I'm going to hit this next incentive trip and I'm going to do it in 3 weeks. No, you're not. Sorry. Because it's too big. It's too overwhelming. It's too scary. It's way out of your comfort zone. And as humans, we don't like going out of our comfort zone. So make your plan so it's stretching your comfort zone, not like so far away that you can't even believe you can achieve it. Preventing overwhelm is key, because unless you prevent the overwhelm, it will hold you stuck. You will procrastinate. You will decide to go and dig up your entire garden rather than doing the things to build your business. You will put blocks in your way. You need to make your plan and your goal achievable. You need to ensure that you can do it within the time that you've got, and find ways of getting the support you need from uplines, from people like me, from YouTube, wherever you want to find it from, to stop the overwhelm. If you're stuck right now and you know it's because you keep putting things off, or you haven't got time, or you're telling yourself you can't do it, you're stuck. There's like a big wall sat in front of you. For whatever reason, there is that wall there. The goal's too big. You don't believe you can do it. You're telling yourself you can't do it, which brings me to key 4, self-talk and belief. You are holding yourself back for whatever reason: fear of success, fear of rejection, not knowing what to do first, not knowing what your strategy is going to be. Whatever it is, there's a wall there. And unless you get support or find the way, either through the wall, over the wall, under the wall, don't care, chipping away at it somehow, you're going to stay stuck. So somehow, with whatever support it is that you need, you have to start breaking down this wall to be able to get to that goal on the other side. And it could be simple strategy, and it could be a bit of self-belief and confidence, or looking at your plan and maybe breaking it down a little bit more, because that first thing is just too far away for you to get to without doing the little bits in between. Goal setting is an art form in itself to prevent the overwhelm. If your goal overwhelms you, your goal isn't broken down enough. Your first step onto that goal ladder is too big. Set your goal a little bit less if that's what's overwhelming you. If it's overwhelming you not knowing what to say, get support on what to say. If it's time management, not knowing what to do first, struggle with to-do lists, get help from someone like me or a productivity specialist. If it's that you really just don't believe you can do it and you just have no self-worth or your self-confidence is so low, get help from a mindset strategist or something like that, or go and talk to somebody that's good with that whole mindset stuff, or go and, start self-development books or whatever it is that you can do to get past that point, that wall that's holding you stuck. And if you don't know what that thing is, go and talk to somebody who can help you identify what that thing is that's holding you back. Because that, whatever you do, you're not going to get past it until you break that wall down. Okay, which brings me to key 4, that belief. We have to have the belief we can do it. We have to have that goal, that key, number 1, the goal, the knowing my path. We have to have a plan, because flailing around without a plan, you can only wing it for so long to get yourself where you want to get to. Trust me, I know. And we have to prevent the overwhelm and get the right support. But that belief is key. We have to believe we can do it. If we're telling ourselves constantly that this isn't going to work, or that we should be doing something like somebody else, or so-and-so's better than us and we could never do it like them, or haven't got time, all this stuff, then we're not going to get where we need to get to. We have to start instilling some belief. And this doesn't come instantly. It doesn't. You don't wake up one morning and just believe you can be successful or believe that you can do anything you want to do. You've got to work on it. And for me, when I was working on my belief, because I never believed I could do it, it was little by little. And what I did was, I did something small that I'd not done before and massively praised myself for it. And then I did something else small and massively praised myself for doing it. And taking that action and seeing the positive in the actions really helped me build on my belief, because I could see the progress. I could see that I could do difficult things. I didn't massively go out of my comfort zone. I wasn't that sort of person at the time. Now, do you know what, if somebody says, oh, go and try do this thing, I'll be a bit hesitant, but I'll go, yeah, I'm going to dive right in the majority of the time. Sometimes the belief is like, no, I can't do that. But I'll build on it and I'll do little things towards it if it's something I want to do that I know will help me get to my goal and it's part of my plan. Okay? Key 5. You need a load of people to sell to. You need to be consistently growing an audience. And if you want a business that flows and grows, that is done in the time that you have, you need to have some way of consistently growing an audience, a visibility strategy, a sales and marketing strategy, a plan of how you're going to do this, and then take the actions towards it. Because the most important 2 things of your business are meeting the new people to grow your audience, and then looking after the people that you've already got in your audience. The people who are already buying from you, the people who are thinking about buying from you, the people who have never met you before. You need some sort of plan of how you're going to do that. And when you've got that plan, things grow and flow much more easily in the time that you've got. The most important things for your business, for any business, are the sales in your business. And that can include sales for your products or your services. Sales include your recruiting in your team. That is basically a sale. Sales to book parties, to book one-to-ones, to drive traffic to your Facebook group, to your email list, wherever it is. They're all a type of sale. You're getting somebody to do something that's going to be of benefit to them and to you. You're getting them to buy into something. So you have to have some sort of strategy to do this. And if you've got some sort of strategy to do this, it becomes not automatic. That's the wrong word. But you can automate it. I wouldn't suggest it at the moment for you guys in this industry. I would say start with building connections, getting yourself out there as the person that sells that thing. Get yourself known. If you're constantly just trying to sell to the same audience or to nobody that's listening, you're just wasting time. So have the plan. Have the plan of how you're going to meet the people, how you're going to build the relationships, and how you're going to sell to them. But remember also that you need a plan of how you're going to do this with your team as well. If you're a leader in this industry, you have to be consistently marketing and selling to your team. They need to see the potential. They need to be inspired. They need to be buying into growing their own businesses and then teaching them to do the same. So, you know, there's lots of times when you've got to think about this whole strategy that you have between meeting somebody and then buying into whatever it is that you're going to sell them. Those offers, which brings me to key 6, knowing what those offers are and at what time these people need them. When is it that they need them? Nail that offering. So in this industry, you need to, let me think. Let's start from the beginning. So the first offering you've got is the value that you bring on your socials. Why should people follow you? If you're watching this, listening to this, you know, what have I given you that is of value for you to think, yeah, I need to follow this person. I need to click that like button. I need to comment on this thing. I need to do the next thing. Like, jump onto this freebie email list. Go and listen to the podcast. What is it? Okay. I know that I have to start there if I'm wanting to bring new people in and to nurture my audience. What do you offer? Why should somebody follow you? They're not going to follow you because you sell that thing. They're going to follow you because you add value to their lives, because you help them with something, because you're giving them something that they want to watch, they want to interact with, they want to be part of. You're giving them a solution to something, right? Then the next thing, what value is it for them to buy the next thing? So buy into that product, buy into that service, book a party, have a one-to-one with you, join. What's the value? What are you going to offer them? What solutions does it give them? What problems does it solve? Think about that next stage, or those next stages of wherever it is that you're taking those people. And then once they join, what is the value of them taking it further? What does it give them? How can you show them what problems it solves, what transformations it gives, what impact it's going to have them, and so on. So think about that journey and sit down and plan it. Nail that offering or those offerings that you've got at what stages, and then plan accordingly. If you're not sure how to do this, I've got all the programs in the world that will help you do this on a really basic £9 a month level to like one-to-one coaching levels, depending on where you want to go with this. But it's all there. You know, you just need to start thinking of this as a business. Out there, I'm going to ask you all now, out there in the world, do you really see your network marketing business as a business? Do you treat it like one? Do you have a business plan? You know, it doesn't have to be anything like particularly exciting and in-depth, but it's basically, what do you want? Where do you want to go with it? And how are you going to do it? That's your business plan. Do you know that? Do you know what your goal is? Do you plan your days? Do you sit down and say, right, X amount of days or X amount of hours in my week are going to be to build my business so that I can grow this to where I want it to get to? Because I bet the majority of you watching on here don't, and you wonder why it's not succeeding. Do you think, I don't know, Jaguar Land Rover just decided one morning to get up out of bed and go, yeah, I'm going to start a business. I'll fit it around my kids, but do you know what? If something else comes up that's more important, I'm not going to bother. And do you think they got to where they got by doing that? No, they didn't. Do you think the people at the top of your company decided one morning they were going to be successful, but then something got in the way? No. Yeah, things get in the way, but they work a way around it because they still want that thing. That thing is so important to them that they find the things that they need to do to make everything happen and to balance. And this is part of that. Okay, having those key business objectives that ensure that you are going to be able to grow, that this is going to fit around your life and it's not going to take up massive amount of time. These 6 things. Know your path. Plan the how. Prevent the overwhelm with the right support and the right, getting over those blocks. Have some self-belief and confidence and build that From where you are now, it will build gradually with a 1% shift every day. If you want to put the work in, you can change what you believe and you can change how you feel with everything. You've just got to be ready to do it and then take the action and get the right support to do it. Grow your audience, get that visibility strategy, that sales and marketing plan in place, and then nail what you're offering people and how you're going to do it. That's a business. And you just do those things every day. And I know some of you last week when we've had calls and stuff have just been saying to me, I just feel like I'm doing the same things over and over again. That's business. You've got to do the same things over and over again. You've got to keep repeating the things. But it's futile repeating the same things that just aren't working. That's not good business sense. Good business sense states that, you do the things on repeat that work. And if they're not working, you sit down and you go, right, scratch head, what's going to happen if I keep doing these things? Am I going to get anywhere? Probably not. What needs to change? What am I doing wrong? What support do I need to get this right? Where can I start to tweak this? Do you see? It's also important. And until you start treating your network marketing, direct sales business as a business, you will not grow and flow with ease. You will not. So I hope this has been helpful today. I've got all sorts of support if you want support with this. Just drop me a message or drop something in the chat to give me a little bit of help. I can point you in the right direction of something that will suit you at the level you're at right now in your business. Keep an eye out for my Black Friday sale. If you're watching this before Black Friday, keep an eye out on Thursday the 20, whatever it is, of next Thursday. This Thursday coming, whatever, the last Thursday in November, I'm going to be bringing out something for those of you who are serious about building a network marketing business that works, that succeeds, that gives you the life that you've always wished for. If you want a sneaky peek of what that's going to be on Thursday before it launches to the world, drop waitlist in the comments as well. I shall see you all later. Have a great rest of your Monday and a successful, very busy, silly selling season week. Enjoy.